Mac, aka your boy, coming at you with another installment of I Said What I Said, Don't At Me. And today's episode was originally intentioned to be kind of lighthearted, um, kind of like a good time. Um, the last, I want to say about 4 days or so, probably before that, I don't know, probably about the last week, I will say that a friend of mine posted on Facebook and just asked people who is the worst Avenger, and he gave his choice as Vision, and a lot of people jumped in there, and it was a pretty good thread. If you know me, I am a huge component of Star Lord being the worst Avenger ever. However, there are people who would disagree, people going into technicalities like he's a Guardian, he's not an Avenger, and there's a whole lot of stuff. And like they keep throwing examples out there, and I just keep like, I don't care what you say, your boy is trash. And I was going to go on Skype, give my Skype info out there and stuff for people to call in or jump in video chat and discuss it. I was going to figure out a way to set it up, set one thing up for like Facebook Live. So if you can't get on Skype, you can just type your questions or your arguments in there, and then I would just shoot them down as well. Because the overall objective is to convince as many people in the world that Star Lord is trash, and he should have been booed when he came back through the portal, and he should have been cheered when he turned into ash and faded away. That's all I gotta say on that. But that'll be next week sometime. But if you follow me, you saw my post that I am postponing that in order to talk about something that I really wish I would not have to have had talk about. And a few of my friends, they wanted to get in on this, and we'll do that at another date. But I just wanted a platform so I can just express my feelings without being interrupted or having somebody jump in or anything like that. No offense to them, but I know they're real passionate about it and they're going to have their point of views. I just want to get my point of view across uninterrupted and all that stuff. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, a young man by the name of Ahmaud Arbery. The video has been going viral. I saw it once, and I'm not gonna post it. You can search for it if you want. I so if you don't know, I'm just give you a brief synopsis of it, right? So on February 23rd, a young man by the name of Ahmaud Arbery was going for a run in his small Georgia town. I forget the name of the town. But he's going for a run, and two individuals, a father and a son, Gregory and Travis McMichael, chased him down in their truck and attacked him, shot him. And the video is just now turning up in May. This happened in February. That's one thing that I want to talk about. So that came out, and those two just got arrested today, which is another thing I want to talk. Not today, but recently. I think yesterday. They were charged and arrested. Their mug shots are online. All that other stuff. And the reason for that is I'm trying to not get super emotional about this, right? And it's very hard. The longer I waited to do this, the more things I was finding out. And I was getting very angry, and I had to take my time to figure out how to get my views across, my thoughts, without trying to target individuals or make blanket statements that'll, because that's the last thing I want to do because as a black man, I hate when blanket statements are thrown over all black people. You know what I'm saying? So we're just going to keep it focused on these two and kind of what they represent, right? So right off the bat, when you see that video, it seems like the most vicious way. This is probably the most vicious video I've seen, and I've seen videos of people getting beheaded live. You know what I'm saying? Like no cut, no edit. Like I've seen those, and this one hurt my soul, hurt me to the soul to see that it can happen anywhere. It can happen anytime. Evil is just everywhere. And for it to just happen on a jog, to be in fear for your life, fighting off one person with a gun and another person on the back of the truck is shooting you. It's like you know you're not going to get out of this alive. And when you see him try to jog off at the end of the video, like, and just fall to the ground, anger was my first emotion. Anger came before my sadness, you know. I was afraid, like watching it, the emotions, I was afraid, right? I was actually scared for this man. Two, anger came, and that was like the main, that when anger came, it just took over 100%. Mostly because I was angry at those two, but then I thought, like, what is this person recording doing? Why are they not stopping this? And then that's when it hit me, like, he is part of the problem. Like, I don't know if he was doing that to be like, these guys are heroes, because the McMichaels, Gregory, the dad, who's 64, claims that Ahmaud viciously attacked his son and was the culprit, or he appeared to look like the suspect in a string of robberies in houses in the neighborhood. And then the police department for that town says there's been no reported robberies or anything like that. So lie detector determined that was a lie, Gregory. They chased him down in their truck as he was running, pulled up in front of him, parked, and waited for him to come through. And their story is they were trying to make him stop, apprehend him until the law showed up, because they thought he was a criminal. When they could probably have just called 911, probably just followed him slowly till cops pulled up, if they really believed that was the issue, right? But to take matters into their hands at that point, because I read, trust me, I read, and it's not to try to justify what these people did, but I tried to find out what was the reason. Like, what did Arbery do? What did Ahmaud do to get these people riled up to the point to kill him in broad daylight, cold blood like that? Like, I was thinking to myself, what would somebody have to do to me for me to go out there with my son and shoot somebody in broad daylight while being recorded? Like, it would have to be, you would have to have tried, or, you know what I'm saying, killed somebody in my family, or have tried to kill and like come close, or you came at me with the intent to kill. And even then I would be like, I would probably just beat the shit out of you. But for me to kill you, you would have to have done something totally vicious to me or anyone in my family. And that would be like, you just did it and took off running, and I got in my car and ran you down, right? Robbing some houses and then, getting away, probably just call the cops, you know, material things or whatnot. In order for you to take a life had to have been taken, or you would have had tried to take a life, and then be a threat to take another life. That's just how I look at it. Apparently, this man has done nothing. Ahmaud has done nothing to this family. So, with that being said, I'm looking at this like it's a hate crime. It's a hate crime. They just did not like this guy, for any reason, right? For any reason. I would like to say that it's probably because Ahmaud was black. I don't know why else. Like, why are you wearing this white shirt? Why are you wearing black shorts? Why are you running in this pandemic? Like, any excuse that I try to give the McMichaels makes them look stupid, right? So I want to just not play that card and be like, well, maybe this, that, and the third. I believe they knew what they were doing. I believe they knew that they wanted to kill him. And I believe that it's because he's black. The excuse of he resembled a suspect that has been rumored to be doing these break-ins and stuff, I am becoming tired of hearing that. He looked like somebody. So if you don't have full 100% proof, you're just going to go ahead and shoot and kill this man anyway. So that being said, I feel like it's a hate crime. Thing is, Georgia does not have a law recognizing hate crimes. I think it's them and a couple other states. Let's see if I can find out what it is. I saw the article. But, sorry, should have had this stuff written down. Anyways, I'll get back to you with them states. But it is... My God. Like, I just opened up a new article, CNN, describing the alleged rash of burglaries, and all they did is motion triggered cameras would see somebody, like, not even good resolution or anything. They're just like, oh my God. Anyways, big things that come to me that anger me, but I'm trying to keep it together. First thing is, why was this video in existence since February 23rd, and we're just seeing this? Why? Because I'm pretty sure, like, was this like a unknown murder until now? Like, they shot this dude and everything, left him in the, like, I don't even know where they put the body. Like, did they just leave him in the street? Because I'm sure somebody found them, called the police or something, and all this other stuff. Why is it just now that this is... Because this could have been open and shut case. Like, that video could have been turned into the authorities, since it was not immediately turned into the authorities and acted on and all this other stuff. Something about that town. I want to get the name of this town. CNN trying to make me sign up for notifications and stuff, man. Brunswick, Georgia. Something in that town lets me know that it's probably a good old boy system. And when you read into this, you kind of see that it does exist, because Gregory McMichael, the father, was a retired police officer an investigator with the police force in Burnsville, Georgia, and had ties to the district attorney, so forth. And I will say this: there was something going on. The district attorney, who at the time, I don't know when this letter was written, but this guy, George Barnhill, who was the current elected district attorney for the Waycross unit, which was covering Burnswick, was like leaning towards no arrest being necessary, right? Because in this memo, and I'll put a link to the description to this memo, he kind of hits that he's offended that the mother kind of wanted him not on the case, seeing how his son works for the, let me get this right. He says, I quote, my office received the Arbery autopsy report dated 4/1/2020. So this is a whole month prior to this. Yesterday, and have reviewed it yesterday morning and this morning. We are waiting on this important evidentiary article before finalizing our opinions. However, since we were initially requested to handle this case, and the victim's mother has clearly expressed she wants myself and my office off the case. She sees a conflict and that my son works in the Burnswick District Attorney Office where Greg McMichael retired some time ago. She believes there are kinships between the parties, and then in these brackets he puts, there are not, and has made unfounded allegations of biases. As such, I believe it is better for my office to step out, and I am going to recuse myself and the assistants working for me from handling the case. Cool. So it's I guess a small town. Greg worked for these offices and departments and has some kind of working relationship with the people who would in turn look and have to try to accuse him of some things. And the mom was like, I'm not playing that. I don't want any kind of, the small chance of favoritism or any kind of like bias to come into play and let this guy get off the hook. And he left some comments on the issue. All right, his first comment, he's just bragging about how many cases that he's overseen. And I've seen 100 murder cases and stuff, so I feel my opinion should be listened to. His second point, and it quotes, as to the case at hand, it is my professional belief the autopsy confirms what we have already viewed as shown in the videotape, with photographs and from the witness statements taken immediately at the scene. The autopsy supports the initial opinion we gave you on February 24th. So they knew about this February 24th at the briefing room in the Glenn County Police Department. After viewing the evidence you had there, we do not see grounds for an arrest of any of the three parties. The three parties being the McMichael boys and whoever was recording. So for some reason he sees no need to arrest anybody. That killing was well within whatever state federal rights laws that he believes in. His third point, it appears Travis McMichael, Greg McMichael, and Brian Williams is the guy who was recording, were following in hot pursuit, and I did the quotes because the quotes are in this memo, a burglary suspect with solid first-hand probable cause in their neighborhood and asking/telling him to stop. It appears their intent was to stop and hold this criminal suspect until law enforcement arrived. Under Georgia law, this is perfectly legal. And he went ahead and quoted the law, which says a private person may arrest an offender if the offense is committed in his presence or within his immediate knowledge. If the offense is a felony and the offender is escaping or attempting to escape, a private person may arrest him upon reasonable and probable grounds of suspicion. Okay. This, whatever proof they had that it was him, was doorbell cameras and motion detected cameras, which did not fully give a facial recognition or none of that stuff. They just believed or saw the video, was like, this guy kind of fits the description. Even with that, okay, you tried to stop him, he didn't stop. So does that give you the right to lethal force? That brings him to his fourth point, which states it clearly appears Travis McMichael and Greg McMichael had firearms being carried in an open fashion. The investigation shows neither of them to be convicted felons or under felony supervision. They were in a motor vehicle owned by Travis McMichael. Under Georgia law, this is legal open carry. So, standing on the back of a pickup truck with your gun is apparently legal in Georgia. So, as long as you don't have any felonies. His fifth point, the video made by William Bryan clearly shows the shooting in real time. From said video, it appears Ahmaud Arbery was running along the right side of the McMichael truck, then abruptly turns 90 degrees to the left and attacks Travis McMichael, who was standing at the front left corner of the truck. A brief skirmish ensues in which it appears Arbery strikes McMichael and attempts to grab the shotgun and pull it from McMichael. The first shot is through Arbery's right hand palm, which is consistent with him grabbing and pulling the shotgun at the barrel tip. The second and third wounds are consistent with the struggle for the shotgun as depicted in the video. The angle of the second shot, with the rear of the buttstock being pushed away and down from the fight, are also consistent with the upward angle of blood plumes shown in the video, and that McMichael was attempting to push the gun away from Arbery while Arbery was pulling it towards himself. Okay. The third shot, too, appears to be in a struggle over the gun. The angle of the shots and the video shown that this was from the beginning or almost immediate. What? The angle of the shots and the video show this was from the beginning or almost immediate. Became a fight over the shotgun. Given the fact that Arbery initiated the fight, at the point Arbery grabbed the shotgun, under Georgia law, McMichael was allowed to use deadly force to protect himself. Just as importantly, we all know McMichael had his finger on the trigger. We do not know who caused the firings. Arbery would only had to have pulled the shotgun approximately 1/16 to 1/8 of 1 inch to fire the weapon himself, and in the height of an altercation, this is entirely possible. Arbery's mental health records and prior convictions help explain his apparent aggressive nature. You son of a bitch. And possible thought pattern to attack an armed man. So that is from George E. Barnhill, District Attorney of the Waycross Judicial Circuit. I have to look into what the fuck he's up to now, because there's no way, if you've seen that video, that, I don't know. Like, what do you expect an unarmed person jogging to do when they see two white people roll up past him on a pickup truck? One get out, be waiting for him to run past with a shotgun, and the other dude on the back of the truck with their gun. There is no reason for that to have happened unless they intended to go out and shoot this man. So, I mean, right off the bat, obviously this evidence was out there and this case was being looked at back in February, March. And this man cleared everybody off. And I believe that the re-release of this video by, where is this part at? Brunswick District Attorney Jackie Johnson had previously recused herself from the case, all this other stuff. So there's so many people being taken off of this case. So a man named Alan Tucker, a criminal defense attorney in Burnswick, said in a statement Thursday that he released the video because there is entirely too much speculation, rumor, and false narratives and outright lies surrounding the event. My sole purpose in releasing the video was absolutely transparent because my community was being ripped apart by erroneous accusations and assumptions. So a defense attorney released it to prove that the McMichaels were in fact the ones who should have been in fear for their lives. Then Benjamin Crump, an attorney for the Arbery family, said if he chased down Ahmaud and filmed his execution, he should be arrested and charged with aiding and abetting them in committing this crime of murder. And that is, he was talking about Brian Williams, who apparently has not been arrested yet. And I mean, it just goes downhill from there. Bro, and I'll say this right off the bat. If you are one of the people who are tired of hearing people speak up about injustices or calling shit for what it is, this is probably not the show for you, because I'm the guy who does that, right? This is bullshit. And another reason why it is scary to be of color in America. And there are some people who are very passive. They don't like to talk about stuff like this. They feel like if you ignore them, you don't give them attention, stuff like this does not happen. And to them, I say, you are 1,000% wrong. Ignoring them just lets them think that it's okay. And they will continue to do stuff like this, right? So putting them on blast, talking about it, making a big deal of this stuff, for them to in turn get arrested finally, that's apparently what we have to do nowadays. And I get there are just some things where like with kids, right? They fall, they hurt themselves. First thing they do is look for attention, right? Ignore them. They're going to cry if you go, oh no, what happened? What happened? Of course they start crying. Shit like this, you don't ignore this. Especially in that part of the country, you just can't ignore senseless acts of violence and hate like that, because it empowers other people who feel that way. Shit, if they could do it, I can go out there and shoot a couple people and get away with it. I could just say they were about to rob somebody and I shot them. Apparently this DA is cool with it. It just blows my mind that shit like this is still happening today. And it blows my mind that us as black people can't feel safe doing shit. Like we're sitting out here dealing with a goddamn pandemic. Coronavirus all over the place. Go out and run. Get some air. Get some exercise. Get shot. When? When does it stop? When does it stop? And I mean, it pisses me off so bad. So bad. And it just makes people just show true colors. And they probably don't intend it to be like it is. Perfect example. A friend of mine was just this is not even regarding to Ahmaud, but he just posted a status to black people. He's a black person. Black people, what is who just want Trump out of the office? What's your plan? What do you think the move should be? What should America's next move be? And he was just saying that in his experience talking to his people, everybody's just I don't know, but Trump's got to get out the White House. He's like, cool. What do you think the move should be? I don't know. Who do you think should be in the White House? I don't care. Just not him. And he put that out there black people, we need to be more educated than that. And a friend of his jumps in there. He's just why does it have to be black people? This is all people. And then my boy was just like, yeah, but I was just talking to my people in particular. And then his friend comes back, we're all your people. He handled it well. My homeboy handled it well. But I was looking at that like, can you just not do that? Like, don't be so everybody is one and we're one with everybody. Like, because that's as much as everybody would want that to be everybody's mindset, as much as I would like that to be everybody's mindset, it's not. I can speak from experience. There are people out there who look at me as a different person. If even a person at all, right? And don't look at it like my life has not been all, rainbows and unicorns. Yes, I'm in the military. Yes, I'm kind of in a profession where tolerance is kind of a thing, right? I have worked with amazing people, and I've worked from people from all walks of life. And the one thing that I haven't experienced blatantly in the military is racism or prejudice or anything like that. Not to say that there are no prejudiced or racist people in the military, because there are, right? They just hide it because they have to, because they want this check. You see what I'm saying? So just because I'm not living in the deep South and stuff, I have family down there. I was living down there as a kid where white kids would say certain shit to me. And, oh, it's not their fault. Their parents raised them like that. They still said it to me, right? I still got in some fights over it, right? But to this day, like, why is this still a thing where this happens? Why do we continue to have to be in fear, continue to have to do these whole movements and hashtags and raise hell and like turn just all this stuff just for regular law to be enforced? Like, for regular shit to happen in the legal system for fucked up shit that happens to us. Why is that a thing constantly? That's what I don't understand. Any other, like, bro, they arrest black people so fast. Like, on assumptions. On assumptions. Roll up, pull up, skirt. You're under arrest, slam us into the car, do something, throw us in there, take us to the court, and then in court, evidence shows up that we didn't do shit, then it's okay. All right, you're out of here. Like, we're guilty till proven innocent. And it's oh my God, it is fuck, man. Why? Why is it that way still? And it another thing I want to bring up. They rolling around open carry, whatever, guns, blasting, pow, pow. This whole gun thing. I mean, the biggest thing the NRA has been preaching, you give enough good guy guns, we can get rid of the bad guys. Do y'all not have enough guns? Good guys? Are the good guys not all ready to go? Regulator mount up to go take out these bad guys? Because if y'all are, can y'all just start in the South and work your way around killing all the racist fuckers out there, please? Can you do that for me, please? Everybody out there with all their guns, can y'all do that? Or is that the good guys having guns not it? I don't know. Like, it's crazy. Like, people would think I'm so, my mind is blown. Like, what is happening here? How is this going on? How are these people just now getting arrested for killing a person in cold blood on video 2 months ago, 3 months ago? Just now getting arrested. And I'm not even, people are like clapping and shit. Yeah, they got arrested. That ain't even a thing. I want to see what that sentence looks like. I want to see what that sentence looks like. I want to see what the judge gives these two assholes. And this Brian Williams dude better end up getting arrested too. You sitting there abating, just having that info. Like, bro, if I found out, who? Let me stop. But if I found out somebody in my family was gunned down like that, somebody had video of it and did not turn it in or did not do anything to help or bad things may happen to that person. That's all I'm gonna say. But I'm just trying to see what that sentence is gonna be like. We as black people can't even get a sense of justice by people being arrested for committing acts like that, right? We found that out when old girl Amber Geiger broke into somebody else's house and shot them and got 10 years, eligible for probation at 5 years. Cold-blooded shot somebody in their house that she was not supposed to be in, and she got 10 years, 5 years probation. And then old boy who shot a Tatiana, what's his name? Wade or Dade? Aaron. Let me look up real quick. Aaron Dean, right? He got indicted for murder, right? Indicted. People clapping. Yeah, justice. He's indicted for murder. What's that sentence look like? He ain't even had trial yet. What's that sentence look like? Death? Life? That's the shit I want to see for the shit that they've done. You took a life, you gotta die. Capital punishment, my guy. And you in Texas, you should get shot. You know you dying. Texas don't play that. But hey, I don't know. He's an officer, just like Geiger. Oh, well, all this other stuff. Blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't understand the 10 years portion of that. This man hasn't been indicted. Dean, who shot Tatiana who was sitting there playing video games, got shot up in her house through a window by a cop. And he just got indicted for that December. Here it is, May. Still no trial. What's up? Nobody knows. Why is it taking so long? What more do you need? His body cam was there. You saw it. Like, what? I get it. Trust me, I get it. There's laws. He has the right to a fair, speedy trial. This ain't speedy, my guy. Like, when things are this open and shut, like, I don't know what more evidence you need. It should not take this long. You just get the call from that night. You get witness reports. You get the body cam, all this other stuff. That's all you need. Like, what else are you... This isn't a whole CSI thing, my guy. It's pretty open and shut to me. I'm not a detective. I'm not an investigator. I'm not a judge. I don't know, but it seems pretty open and shut to me. He needs to go. Like, you just can't excuse, oh, he was scared. He just got scared. He made a mistake. Cool. Too bad this ain't Mario Brothers, because the Tatiana ain't just gonna, come back. She don't have lives. She's not a cat. This ain't a video game. She don't have extra lives. She gone. And my man just gonna be like, oh, I was super scared. I didn't know what was going on. Thought she had a gun. All this other. Oh my God. And then this instance right here. Like, if you Google how many, and I don't, like, you just Google cops just being assholes to people of color, a lot of videos pop up. You just type cops being assholes to white people. I mean, videos will pop up. But shit, man. I don't see nobody there's videos of people, white women just cussing cops clean the fuck out. Nothing. Black man can't do shit. He can't even go for a run now. Without justice coming 4 months later, this man is dead in the dirt. And the people who killed him are just now getting in trouble. So they're arrested. Cool. I want to see what the sentence is. This ain't nothing but A Time to Kill. Like, if you haven't read that book by John Grisham or seen the movie, bro, that's probably one of my, as sad as that movie is, it's probably one of my you have to see this movie to understand how some cities and shit work still in the South. I just don't know. I just don't know. I mean, people just all kinds of excuses, man. That's the shit that hurts my soul when people post how mad they are about this, and then you look at some of the comments. A murder anywhere is sad, especially innocent people, blah blah blah. But let's not overlook that there's also senseless killings going on in black on black crime. Like nobody is talking. We talking about this. So don't bring up black on black crime to justify. Well, they're killing people over there. Why can't? Because that's what it makes it look like. I mean, y'all can kill each other. Why can't we kill y'all? Bro, I will fucking power bomb your ass through a goddamn table. You come up to me with some shit like that. Oh, yo, they make it so hard. And I see my friends and stuff bringing kids. Like, I got a 2-year-old, I got an 18-year-old, I got a 13-year-old. I know there's a big ass gap, but chill. That's my life. But there are people who are bringing in newborn children into a world where shit like this is going on, and they're people of color. And I'm thinking like, yo, like the hurdles and the task of being a parent nowadays is something people probably never would have thought outside of black people in the South before the whole civil rights movement. Like the fact that they were going through the shit they were going through, and then they bring life into this world knowing what the life for that child will be like. God damn. Some people would be like, y'all selfish. Why would y'all do that? But you gotta keep it going. You gotta bring up kids and keep the name going. You can't rob people from the joy of parenthood, but at the same time, like, they know shit, it's gonna be hard bringing a child up with all this stuff going on. And it's probably not to that level nowadays, but shit, people, you don't think I have fears every time my kids leave this house that some sick person who didn't migrate out of the South and moved over here and are starting to see, I don't know. Because now you can't take for granted making it through another day. And the people will be like, you know what I'm saying? Like when I bring up like, yo, maybe not everybody should be rolling around with guns. Like, first of all, if you're arguing with me on that, there's problems. I didn't say nobody should have guns. I said everybody should not be having guns like this. Granted, this man was probably a law-abiding citizen. I don't know what he did in his past, but the shit he just did here, that is a hate crime. And people are just like, oh, no, he's not racist. He just has something going. He's just, I don't know. Like, I understand the whole point of, like, guns don't kill people. People kill people, right? Things like the DC sniper. Senseless, right? Senseless act of violence, just shooting whoever, right? That's senseless violence to me. School shooting, senseless, psychological, whatever violence, right? The Vegas shooter, senseless, right? He has no particular person in his mind. He's just like, I am just going to kill people, right? Those fuckers need to go. Like I said, NRA, how many more good guys need guns before bad shit stops happening? But this, nah, son. Nah. Timothy McVeigh, he crazy. He killed whoever, right? This man rode out on a truck, hunted this guy down. Because I'm pretty sure there's some white people doing some fucked up shit in Burnswick. I'm pretty sure they're down there cooking something, some drugs. They doing something down there. If you want to be goddamn Batman vigilante justice out there, I don't know. I mean, that's another thing for the good guys with guns, right? I mean, my man out there doing his cleaning up the city based off of assumptions. Now, how would it look if I had a gun, somebody drove by with a Confederate flag? Could I not have been like, that's a sign of Prejudiced racist motherfucker right there. He probably about to do some hate crime. Probably did already. Let me shoot his ass up. I bet I wouldn't be able to walk around the town for 3.5 months. It is so sad that this country is still like this. I'm studying for U.S. history. And you start reading about that shit, 3/5 of a person, that's how much a black person is. Jim Crow laws, doing everything they can to make us not feel like we are a person. And then we get to nowadays where they're just like, you guys can do anything. Not everything. Ahmaud couldn't go for a jog. Tatiana couldn't play video games with her cousin. My man couldn't be in his apartment. To sit there and listen to that, I mean, just alone, the Amber Geiger thing. Like, for people to not expect black people to be scared and mad, I don't know. Like, I don't know how you can't understand that. I take that back. I can understand how you can't understand it if you're not black. It's hard to understand. It's hard to, empathize, because you don't know the actual feelings. You try to sympathize, but you can't. You know, like you have to know that fear. You know what I'm saying? And I thank God every day that I haven't been put in positions like the previous 3 that I've been talking about during this podcast. But, you know, I still got a lot of more life ahead of me, bro. God willing. And I just don't want to imagine a situation like that happening for me or my family. But the chances are that it's a higher probability for me because of my skin color. This country is fucked up. I don't know any other way to say it. From history up to now, the fact that people still have the mindset of what the McMichaels do, and they are backed by the city, the DA. Like, it's not like they're the 1% in that town, to where if they did that, the evidence gets to the DA and the DA is like, lock these people up. Because then I'd be like, cool, this town has it right. Like, racist people are around when they do stupid shit like this, hate crimes, killing in cold blood. The town has it together as far as, I'm going to arrest you and lock your ass up. No. They jump through fucking hoops, bend the law, bend backwards. I don't think arrest should have been needed anyway. This man was a probability. And then he started fighting. Like, no. Like, look at the video. How dare you twist the video around like that? Like, at what point he's just going to keep running and running, and these people just going to keep rolling up on him in this Jeep, in this truck with guns. Like, in his mind, he's thinking he should have just kept running to his house. He shouldn't have started fighting for his life. Or why would you even provoke a dude to do that? Were they hoping that he would react that way so they can shoot? All these things, man. All these things. So I just wanted to say, because I know they got arrested. People are happy. Happy days are here again. They're not, people. Let's keep it real. Like I said, if there's not a more open and shut case than a white woman breaking in to a black man's place of residence and killing him in his house and she only gets 10 years. When there are people in jail decades for weed. I don't know. Like I said, I ain't celebrating nothing. First of all, I'm not going to celebrate anything because a man lost his life. But I'm not going to have any kind of relief until I see a sentence that fits the crime, a punishment that fits the crime. Because there's a whole lot of crimes and the punishment ain't fitting that shit at all. Both on the black side and the white side. It's kind of heavier on the black side than it is on the white side. But that's all I have to say about that. I did get my 2.23 mile run in for Ahmaud. It was hot. I was debating doing it on the treadmill, but I went outside and did it, and it was a mistake. The run wasn't a mistake. The time of day I chose to do the run was a mistake. But based on I knew I was going to do this and all the other stuff I had going on today, I only had that window. So I was just like, I'm going to just tough it out. I seen some other people of mine, some other friends, they went out and ran outside. So I'm like, if they can run outside, God damn it, I can run outside. And I did. And I walked probably about half a mile of that run. I walked a clean half mile, if not more, of that run. But I got it in. And if there's still time, I think they're doing it all weekend, man. So if you didn't get out there today, go out there tomorrow. Again, I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying it's a good cause, and I don't know. My heart just goes like, oh my God. People wonder why the Black Panthers formed. Bro, like we weren't getting protected by nobody, so we was protecting ourselves. So then we start protecting ourselves, and now we're a hate group too. Not to say everything they went about was the right way, but like I understand why they did the shit now. Like you go out there, we can't fucking run in the town? Fuck. Now we need just armed people just watching us. Watching our people. And it's because of shit like this. If the law was just the law, God damn it, everybody held accountable the right way, we wouldn't have to do shit like this. It shouldn't matter what race you are committing the crime to, whatever race they are, the crime is the crime. I understand it can't be black and white, but gray is intended for certain things. Some shit is black and white. God damn it. I don't want to hear the letter, it's the gray area of the law. I understand that. Like, why were you selling this marijuana? Well, we need money because blah, blah, blah. All right. Still against the law, but it's not like you were moving fucking kilos and shit. You had a fucking dime bag or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you shouldn't be in jail, whatever, for this many times. And, you know, you got all the super cops do no wrong defenders. Don't break the law if you don't want to do the crime. I would agree with that shit if that went for everybody. God damn it. You got people committing murder getting 10 years. I got people in jail now. And it's not, oh my God. It hurts my heart. Hurts my heart to this day. Anyway, I've been going on long enough about this. If you listen to this, I thank you. Just trying to give you a point of view of why certain reactions are like they are, and giving you a insight on how I feel about it. I'm just one person. Don't take my words as the spokesperson for African Americans, because it's not. Like, obviously, everybody has their own opinion. I'm just saying, this shit's got to stop, man. Like, I don't know what else has to be done in America for things like this to not happen. There has to be something going on in America where people like the McMichaels think like, hey, if we do this, shit's going to be bad for us. The fact that these cats did not think or they felt like no consequence was going to come their way for what they did lets me know we have a long way to go. Very, very long way to go. Anyway, I'm going to end it on that. You guys take care. Next podcast I'll be doing will be my Avengers one. And why Peter Quill, a.k.a. Star-Lord, a.k.a. Bum, is the worst one out there. I'm looking forward to hearing you guys' arguments, trying to sway me. Spoiler alert, it will not work. All right? Y'all take care. God bless. Please stay safe out there. Oh, not only from the coronavirus, but from stupid people. Because stupid people are out there. All right? Take care of yourself and your family. And I'll talk to y'all later. All right? Holla at your boy. Peace.